Hi, welcome to another episode of Celebrity Magazine Television. Coming up, an absolute diamond for you. Somebody who has been through all aspects of acting, from drama school to stage, right up to the big screen. I'm absolutely delighted that she's here, and we're even luckier to get her in times of COVID. Her name is Jade Matthew, but don't take my word for it, see for yourself. Thank you for coming in today.
Thank you for
It's
having
lovely to see
me.
you. Now, one thing that's amazed me is the way that you've gone from literally, and correct me if I'm wrong on any of this information, but a model born in Surrey to a movie star.
Yes.
Okay,
Kind of.
but we'll go along it. But you've done it in a very, very professional manner. And one thing that I love about that is you did go to stage school, okay, and then from stage school you went to. Now, was the modelling before or after stage school?
Yeah, the modelling was very brief, and it was
Right.
when I was young. It was when I was a teenager. I did a few little bits of modelling here and there.
Right.
But I was always focused on performing and on acting.
Because most models normally go straight into like the kind of reality stuff, and that you didn't. You went to stage,
Yes. So.
which they say is the hardest thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Well, I think since I was tiny, I did so much training. I did loads of dancing and singing and acting, kind of all of it. And that was just my entire life. And then I decided to audition for drama school and was lucky enough to get a place when I was 17.
Okay.
So I trained at Arts Ed, which is Angelo Webber's school. Yeah, but I decided to focus mainly on the acting.
Yes.
And then, from then...
So you went from stage to TV.
Yep.
And we're not even talking as an extra, you were in Doctors.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like a hit series.
I know, that was I feel like that's the kind of bread and butter, isn't it? Where every actor you have to do Doctors and then you're allowed to be in the industry.
I think what you did next is better because you went from stage to TV.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Now, normally, people from TV don't go back to stage because it's not welcome. It's like, oh no, you're TV.
Yeah.
Not only did you go back to stage, you went back to stage twice and you did Hamlet and Othello.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, how do you go from Doctors to Hamlet?
I know.
That's skills.
I know, right. Well, yeah, I mean, luckily I could do both. So that's what I really wanted. But my focus is definitely kind of more on wanting to do TV and film.
Right.
But I just absolutely love theatre as well. And I was lucky enough to work with a director who, on Hamlet, who I knew from drama school. And it was just amazing. We did this site-specific performance in these caves up in the Midlands. It was incredible.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
So after going back to stage and doing Othello and Hamlet, you then went back to TV. Okay, which is great because no one in TV now can question your professionalism because you've already done that path where you've gone from stage to TV, back to stage at a higher level, and then you've gone back to TV.
Yeah.
Okay, now whilst you say you want to work with TV, then all of a sudden HBO knock on the door.
Yes, wow. So that was an amazing experience. Are you talking about my dinner with Hervey?
Yes.
That was an amazing experience. But I will say, obviously, training in theatre and going to drama school and really getting that solid training is so important for me because it gave me the skills to go into something, to do a job like that. Because I suppose when you train in theatre, you really kind of hone your craft.
Okay.
And you learn your skill. And I was called in for an audition for this film, which was Peter Dinklage from Game of Thrones, and obviously he's just, to me, a rock star. I'm obsessed with him. He's amazing. And it was his film. He produced it, and he'd been working towards making this film for years, and it was about the director's real life. This story actually happened to him, and they worked together and developed it. And the audition was an improv audition.
Okay.
Because they wanted this whole sequence where I audition for this girl who works in an antique store, and he's running away from all these screaming girls.
Okay.
And he runs into my antique store and I help him hide from them, and it's this kind of big sequence, and they weren't sure exactly how it would be.
Okay.
So I was asked to improv in the audition and put in all these different scenarios, and I just think without doing something like Othello, obviously that doesn't sound like a natural progression.
No, it does, no, because that's hard.
I wouldn't have had the confidence or known how to handle that.
Yes.
And then obviously being put on set with Peter Dinklage was just
No, it makes sense because they
amazing.
say that a lot of people who do TV can't do theatre.
Yeah.
They say theatre is the real test of an actor or an actress. Yeah. So how did you find the transition of going from stage to movie?
I think it's I loved it. I think that, again, from having that training and from always wanting this kind of really broad career where I could, just experience every part of the industry, it was so exciting.
Yeah.
And it's just a completely different entity. It's not really comparable. But it was amazing. And yeah, I think that you do kind of surprise yourself in the different skills that you use and how they do kind of cross over.
Yeah.
But it is such a different experience, obviously, being on the set of this huge Hollywood film. And going from, being...
So did you have the full, Hollywood treatment? Did you have, your own...
I did.
Yes?
I actually had a really horrible moment,
rooms or caravans or...
So I had this amazing trailer, and I actually had a really ridiculous moment where... Jamie Dornan was also in the film, so he stars with Peter Dinklage, and it's about the two of them, and they meet and then they have this adventure together. And I was on set, and I was in my trailer getting ready, and Peter Dinklage had come in and introduced himself and chatted to me, which is obviously, I was so overwhelmed. It was 4 a.m. I was like, hello. And I was in my trailer getting changed, and I was standing basically in the nude, getting ready, and my trailer door just swung open, and Jamie Dornan was just standing outside drinking a coffee, and I was just standing there basically completely nude, and my trailer door just swung open, and he was standing there, and I was like, oh my God, of course, that's my introduction into Hollywood.
Was you like, hi?
Moment. I was like, oh, sorry. So sorry.
But that's a great
hopefully he'll remember me.
Oh, I was going to say,
for the wrong reasons.
You've done some movies as well, and I'm just looking here. On the movie, Suite 313, Dark Water, Judy, all these movies that you've done. Yeah,
so those were some horror films actually, which were really fun.
Talk about a transition of movie.
Yes.
Right, okay. So what kind of, if you had your choice of movie, what do you prefer? Would you prefer a horror part or a comedy part? Thriller, drama?
Do you know what? I absolutely love doing comedy. It's kind of where I entered acting, was getting into improv and doing comedy, and I absolutely love that.
Was that a bit more with the theatre in the earlier days?
Yeah, in the earlier days of training, and the school I went to did a lot of improv, we had to do a stand-up comedy course.
Yes.
We kind of really came into it with a lot of comedy skills, but doing horror and anything like that, kind of thriller, is so much fun to get into.
Really?
Yeah, it's so
How is it
fun.
fun?
It's just so exciting.
Right, okay. Now your CV says that you can do a few things.
Oh God, here we go.
Okay, now
I'm going to regret this later, aren't I?
No, because it says that you're a highly skilled skier. We're not going to ask you to ski.
When I say highly skilled, I'm not some sort of...
Well, that's what it says. It's got a star by it, and it says highly skilled.
Oh God.
Right, okay. That you like travelling and photography.
Yes.
But you can also do accents.
Oh no. Yes.
That's what it says. Now, apparently, you can do American Southern State.
Yeah.
Can you give us an example of that?
I think I can.
You can also do Manchester.
I love it. Oh God, yeah, my dad's actually from Manchester.
Right, okay.
Manchester?
No, you can't just, you've got to say a sentence. Can you say a sentence?
He goes, my grandma, she used to go, all right, love. All right. I know.
So you can't...
I wish I could be in Corrie. I'll stick with Eastenders for now.
Australian?
Yeah, oh God, yeah. Australian's actually really hard not to slip into South African. Australian.
But can you say? Yeah, but can you put a sentence? Say hi. I'm Jade Matthew from Australia.
Hi, I'm Jade Matthew from Australia.
That's really good.
Thanks.
I've lived there. That's really good.
It's like having Margot Robbie on the sofa, isn't it?
Okay. Now can you say in your Liverpool accent?
Oh no.
That's what you said. It says here accents: American Southern State,
Does
American,
it say Liverpool?
American Standard, Australian.
Oh my God.
Or you can do Irish Southern.
Irish. I can do Irish.
You can do Irish, right? Say.
I've definitely done Irish.
Really?
Jobs before,
okay. Say I'm Jade Matthew.
I'm Jade Matthew.
And I'm here from Ireland.
And I'm here from Ireland.
How good is that?
I love it.
Absolutely fantastic.
Good at parties.
Now you're an equity member.
Yes.
Right. Now what I was going to say is now for all the young sort of budding actors, we don't need this now. I've embarrassed you with the accents. With all the sort of young actors and actresses that are watching, obviously at the time of filming, obviously we're still in lockdown at the moment, very much. How if this is a time when they're going to be looking to develop their skills or get into stage, make that first step like what you did, what advice would you give them? So let's say that at the moment they're in a drama class or they're in a drama school and they're looking to go into stage. How do they go about that?
So I think just, well, obviously it's definitely a difficult industry to get into. You have to obviously have so much dedication and focus and really take it seriously. You know, it's not just a kind of, going to drama school isn't just a jolly. It's so much fun, but it's a lot of hard work. So you have to really kind of know what you're getting yourself into.
Okay.
But I think that at the moment, just trying to find where you fit in the industry, trying to, you know, hone your skills, work out what you are good at. You know, if you are really good at comedy, if you love improv, if you are into singing and dancing, and really kind of just find your niche.
Okay.
You know, be creative. I think that the days of just auditioning and waiting by the phone to ring are gone now, you know.
Yeah.
There's this huge culture that's come through
well, that's
now,
what I was
people
going to
making
ask
their
you.
own work.
Yeah.
And I think that, you know, making your own work, writing, you know, your own plays, putting on your own films, about things that you know, where you come from, what's your culture, you know, what do you know about that other people don't? What's your kind of skill that you have? And just kind of creating something for yourself.
But how do they get into, like, movie? For example, Zizzy Australian is currently Mary Poppins.
Yeah.
Right, so how would you get into, like, that sort of role? How did you get into Othello? How did you get into Shakespeare? Was you approached?
So I was lucky enough to have an agent out after drama school. When you're at drama school training, you do showcases in the third year, and the agents will come and watch, and they will take on people to work with who they might have space for on their books. Obviously, you can get that you can get work without an agent as well. I've actually, a lot of the things on my CV I've got myself, from writing to people, you know, from really kind of pursuing what I wanted to do, from being really focused.
And who did you write to?
So you would write to casting directors,
right.
You might write to directors. You can do things like film a scene at home or send any of your material off, you know, send a film, send something that you've made, and approach the people that are working in the casting departments. You know, every email gets read and they will always look at you, and that, you know, they all want to discover the next person, don't they?
Yes.
So the door is always open. You've just got to know, you know, and keep your eye on the prize and know what you want to go for, and just go for it, and just don't take no for an answer.
Okay.
They always say, like, if the door's shut, you're knocking on the wrong door. Just keep going, and, you know, don't take no for an answer, and eventually you will get there.
Yeah.
Like, you know, there isn't just
so
one route
in. Yeah, it's much like sort of anything worth having.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a battle, but it's worth having when you get there.
And I suppose everyone seemingly has the same end goal, but it's not like a natural career progression. I think there's 1,000 different routes into the same industry, so you've just got to find your own, you know, your own way, and
yes.
kind of just keep going, really, and don't give up.
Yes, that's it. No,
At the moment, though, with Corona, obviously that is difficult.
Yeah. Have you found any friends that have been affected in the theatre industry as a result?
Oh, massively. My sister's actually in the theatre industry. She does in musical theatre, and she was in Mamma Mia in the West End at the time of the lockdown happened.
Oh, really?
So she was the understudy of Sophie, the lead, and it was her first West End role. And
I bet she's gutted.
Yeah, the entire cast got let go. So it's devastating, really. But, you know, it will come back.
Yes.
It will come back. It's just going to be a while. I think it's obviously taking longer than we all thought. But, you know, things are starting to slowly happen again now. There's some socially distanced theatre happening. And
yes, I've seen the start of that,
at the moment is slightly difficult, but it is starting to come back.
It is starting to happen again, yeah. Very good.
Under the regulations and the rules, but we'll see what happens.
So you're here in Mallorca?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Now, do you come to Mallorca a lot?
Yes, I do. So my family actually lives out here. My parents live out here. They moved out here a few years ago after we've spent a lot of time in Mallorca for years, and we've got lots of family friends out here. So we're very familiar with the islands.
Okay. Where's your favourite place to go out?
I don't know.
Okay, rather than put you on the spot and naming a specific place, what if I said an area? So, like, for example, do you like Valdemosa? Do you like Palma? Do you like, you know?
Do you know what? I love Palma.
Palma, okay.
Yeah, I love Palma. I love being in the big city.
Okay.
I love it so much.
Now, do you love more like the new city or the old city?
The old town.
The old town.
The old town.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love it there.
And
you'll find me down there drinking wine on the.
Well, I was about to say, what's your guilty pleasure when you're in Palma?
Just eating seafood. And,
oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's your favourite?
Yeah, and drinking wine in the port. I love it.
Okay.
I was saying earlier, my dad moved here to get away from me, and then I followed him here. So he's.
Why did he move to get away from you?
He just moved. He relocated over here. I think he thought he'd have a break, and then we all followed him.
Oh, so you're joking,
yeah.
right? Okay, I was like, that's mean. That's it. Yeah. So, would you say to all these sort of young people that are watching that even though it is a hard path, that it is worth it?
Yeah, it's so worth it.
Okay.
It's so worth it. It's so rewarding, and it's so exciting, and such an amazing industry. It was full of, incredible opportunities, and the industry itself is ever changing all the time.
Yeah.
Which is really exciting, and I think that there's so much that you can do with your creativity. You just have to, and you can really. There's so many opportunities out there. You just have to.
Okay.
You just have to make it happen.
Keep going.
Because and it's the kind of industry where you can't wait for it to come to you. You just have to get out there and make it happen.
Okay.
Which seems so daunting when you're young, but you just have to take no for an answer and just.
So before you go, a few questions. So would you say that you're wine or chocolate?
Wine.
HBO or Netflix?
HBO.
Eastenders or Doctors?
Eastenders.
Mallorca or the UK?
Oh, Mallorca, always.
Listen, it's been lovely interviewing
you.
Thank you for coming in. Thank you for having some time out.
Yeah, no.
All the guys from Celebrity are going to look after you and spoil you rotten there.
Oh, thank you very much.
But yeah, thank you for your time. Jade Matthews.
Thank you.
Taking us out the show today is a band from the UK. They're called Sweet Black Angels. See what you think.
What would you do if you belong? Lost in a life where plans go wrong. So would you run or play along? But would you crumble or stay strong? And as you lie awake, you suffocate, your dreams begin to burn, and then you start to fray, you tolerate, only to return. So then you fly away, find a brighter day. So you fly away, wonder why you stayed. What would you do if you expect your journey's end to be direct? So will you choose or still reject? Or scared your choice is incorrect? And as you lie awake, you suffocate, your dreams begin to burn, and then you start to fray, you tolerate, only to return. So then you fly away, find a brighter day. So you fly away, wonder why you stayed. Yeah, yeah. start to fray.